Hello everybody, welcome back, and today we're going to be doing another programming exercise. Now, this programming exercise says you are given a file consisting of students' names in the following form: last name, comma, first name, middle name. Note that a student may not have a middle name. Write a program that converts each name to the following form: first name, middle name, last name. Your program must read each student's entire name in a variable and must consist of a function that takes a student's entire name in a variable and must consist of a function that takes as input a string consists of a student's name and returns the string consisting of the altered name. Use the string function find to find the index of comma. The function length to find the length of the string, and the function substring to extract the first name, middle name, and last name. Now, when this problem says something like a file, they mean a file something like this. So what the program wants is it wants you to get a file that looks a lot like this, and let's say you get this line of code. It's going to output it sort of like that. It's going to output it like that, without the comma or anything. That's what it means that's what it means, how it wants the output. So we're going to get a file like this. If you have not already created a file like this, it is very easy. Just open Notepad, which should already be on your Windows system, and save the file into the same file that your project file is in. Okay guys, so pretty much we just need to get that little output. So I just drag it out of the screen, drag it out of the way, and now we can get started with our program. Now, the first thing we need to do is write in our function prototype and write our function as well. Actually, first, since we are using a file, we need to include file stream. And then after that, we should include the string as many IDEs may require that you write that in. Convert name. Okay, here we're just writing in the function name. Now, we're gonna actually, before starting the code, we are going to, of course, write in the definition of convert name. Now this is more or less one of the more complicated things that we've done. Now, pretty much what we do is that we have what we're going to do is, you see, the name is more or less something like this. It's going to be so we have Macmillan, comma, Bob Steven. Now what we need to do is we need to drag this last name and bring it right there, and then space it, and then make sure that this doesn't come over, and just delete that sort of, and we get something like this. Now this is the correct output. So we just move all of this space and everything behind it. Boom. And then we delete the space and the comma, and we should be ready there. So I'm just gonna leave that off to the side. I will just leave this here for reference, so I know what I need to do in this program. So now what we're going to have to do is we need to write in int length. Now the length is going to be equal to name dot length, and like that. And the int index is equal to name dot find, and we put the comma in there. So now length, or len in this case, is short for the length. And now index is pretty much just trying to find where the comma is. Now that comma is pretty much the key to everything. Okay, that comma is what allows us to actually move and separate the last name and the first and middle name. Okay. And now once we're done with that, we can write in string last name is equal to name dot substring 0, comma index. Now what this means is that the last name is everything from the first character all the way to the comma. So that's pretty much what the last name is. And now string the remaining name is equal to the name dot substring index plus 2, comma length. So now in essence, what this is it takes the index of the comma, it adds 2 to it, which gives it the first, which gives us the first letter of the first name, and using that first letter of the first name, we go all the way to the end using the length function, and we can then we store that value inside of remaining name. And now we write in return remaining plus space plus last name. And that gives us our new formatted name, which is pretty nice. Now we can move up to the main function and do the part where we have to read it from the file and output it to the users. So let's get to it. Now the first thing to do in the main function is to declare a function called name. Not namespace, just name. Now the reason for that is because this is going to be our, what we put in as input and stuff. It's pretty simple, really. And then we have to declare something called as input file stream in file Now after declaring input file stream in file and output file stream out file, you need to declare, you need to get to work. Now here we need to write in file dot open, and here you need to write in the name of whatever the file is that you decided to use. In my case, the name of my notepad file is input file. Now you can ignore that asterisk right there. Usually it doesn't mean anything. It usually just means that it's been saved or it hasn't been saved. So then when you paste it in right there, everything will be all good. So now you have it open, and now you need to write in if in file, then you write some brackets, cout input file does not exist. Program terminates. Just add a couple of dots right there. And this pretty much just means that if this file is not found whatsoever, then the program will terminate. And this pops up. Anyways, here we need a get line in file, comma, name. Now getLine pretty much just gets the entire line, getLine pretty much just gets the entire line. It gets the entire line and then it brings that in as input. And now, while in file, well, we haven't reached the end of in file. Now, you can see here that you may be wondering what this is. If you just put it in here, this will return true as long as you haven't reached the end of the file. This will return false if you have reached the end of the file. I mean, this will return true if you have reached the end of the file, sorry. Or it will also return true if the file that in file has opened does not exist. And we write in some parentheses and we can see out convert name and out. And then we can get line in file, comma, name, semicolon. And then we can write in file dot close, parentheses. And now the program should just work quite as expected. So I'll just go over the program really quickly. Everything looks fine. Is that the correct name? Let me check. Yep, it is. Ooh. Okay, we need to add an E there. And we need to take out that H right there. Now everything should work fine. Bob Stephen McMillan, Mike Evans, Nicholas Asher Warren, Emily Ann Harper, and Sophia Elena Chapman. Interesting. It did exactly what we told it to. That's computers for you. Anyways, that worked pretty well. It went just as according to plan. And I think that was actually one of my most likable program exercises yet. I actually really enjoyed doing this because it made me understand how I can move around code and change it to my liking. I think that was pretty good. Don't you think, guys? Well, whatever you think, I hope you guys had fun doing this with me. Now, I also need you to do this for me. You should also do programming exercises like this on your own first. Because doing these on your own, heck, even making your own programming exercises just so you can do it makes a big difference. Because doing stuff like this is really fun. And it helps you get to know a lot more about C++. Hope you guys like this and enjoy. Bye!